Good evening, I'm Stephanie Seacos. It's Thursday, April 9th. This is CTV News at 11:30. Tonight, a parent's plea. It was an emotional day in court for the family of a Moncton woman killed earlier this year. Then devastation downtown. Homes and businesses are destroyed in a fire in New Glasgow. And later, ferry frustrations. The ongoing delays with the Halifax ferry are causing issues for commuters.
Live from our Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Stephanie Seacos.
Thanks for joining us. Bruce Frisco is off tonight. The parents of a woman who was killed in Moncton in February were back in court today to see one of the accused. After the proceedings, they spoke about their daughter. CTV's Derek Haggett has more, and a warning: his report contains strong language.
Just as they had vowed, Pat and Peter Price were back in court for an appearance of one of the two people accused of murdering their daughter.
We give her a good life.
The body of Melissa Price was found in a garbage bin at the bottom of a Moncton street on February 15th, a homicide that has shocked the city. Devlin Oblinus and Leandra Bulliu have both been charged with first-degree murder in Price's death.
But there was no need to take her life and put her in a garbage bin, because I didn't raise my daughter out of a garbage bin.
Bulliu made a brief court appearance via telephone from jail in Miramichi. Her case was adjourned for a preliminary inquiry because her defense lawyer is seeking disclosure.
But you know what I was thinking when I heard her voice? I feel so sorry for her children.
Pat Price says her daughter, who would have turned 40 on Saturday, struggled with substance abuse.
Unfortunately, there is some poor souls in our young generation that get addicted to this shit out there. Yes, my daughter had a bad addiction. But she still didn't deserve to die.
A third person, Joshua Martin, has been charged with being an accessory after the fact of murder and indignity to a human body. Leandra Bulliu is scheduled to be back in court on May 7th, while Martin and Oblinus are due back next week. As they walk down the steps of the courthouse here today, I asked the Prices if they would be back for those dates. Everyone, said Pat Price. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Moncton.
A worker is dead following an overnight incident at a Nova Scotia poultry facility. It happened at a production center in Glenmont, which is in the Annapolis Valley, north of Kentville. Nova Scotia's Department of Labor is investigating the incident as a workplace fatality. No further details are being made available at this point. A section of downtown New Glasgow is no more. Several buildings were either damaged or destroyed by a fire. Crews were called around 3 Wednesday afternoon to the large fire on Provost Street. Smoke was still billowing from the area this morning. In all, 3 buildings were destroyed, which included businesses and several apartment units. The businesses included a pet shop, a vintage clothing store, and a beloved flower shop.
Zelda was great. She was great for our business. She recommended customers down to us, and it's truly a loss for downtown.
I just recently started working downtown, so I was just getting to know the businesses. And in fact, I just popped in Zelda's the other day and was thinking it was a lovely little shop. And it's actually kind of sad to see the businesses devastated by the fire.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. A busy highway near Hampton, New Brunswick will remain closed until tomorrow as the cleanup continues following yesterday's oil tanker rollover. The province says officials are also inspecting nearby homes and waterways. CTV's Nick Moore has the details.
This is one of the detour points on Route 1. Both west and eastbound traffic on Route 1 between Quispamsis and Hampton has been diverted to local roads ever since about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. The first reports about the rollover of a fuel tanker on Route 1 came in closer to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, according to Hampton Fire Rescue. The driver of the truck was trapped inside the vehicle but was successfully removed and taken from the scene by ambulance with what is believed to be minor injuries. Reports from the area indicate it was a double-long fuel truck that overturned on the highway, and according to New Brunswick EMO, an estimated 36,000 liters of fuel spilled. A statement tonight from the provincial government says that remediation contractors are on site and that inspectors from the Department of Environment and Local Government are overseeing the cleanup. The province says they are in the process of going to homes in the area to see if there has been any impact from the fuel spill, but so far the province says none has been reported. As well, the provincial government says it will be conducting inspections and testing around waterways in the area. As for the detours today, the way around the crash on local roads was only available to passenger vehicles due to weight restrictions. All truck traffic was directed to use Route 2 and Route 7 to detour the crash. There's still no word tonight on how the crash happened. Nick Moore, CTV News, Hampton, New Brunswick.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
For a long time, Celtic Lodge was the place to stay and enjoy the Cape Breton Highlands. But the historic resort needs work. Locals are angry after Parks Canada announced the main lodge and cottages will remain empty again this summer and may never reopen. CTV's Ryan McDonald has this story.
For 2 years now, the main lodge and cottages at the famous Celtic Lodge along the Cabot Trail have sat empty.
To leave it to go like that it's a real shame, really. It's travesty.
The main building has been falling into further disrepair. This part of the resort was closed back in April 2024 when Parks Canada and the company the lodge is under long-term lease to, Gulf North, determined it would cost tens of millions of dollars to bring it back up to code.
Lots of people in this community have worked in the Celtic, or their parents and grandparents have worked there. So it's iconic.
It is incredibly disappointing that the federal government came to the decision that it wasn't going to be recommended as heritage property.
A federal heritage designation may have helped with the necessary funding. For now, the future of the Celtic Lodge remains in limbo. The area's councillor says that's a shame given the property has brought recognition to the area from all over the world.
I've been on vacations in other countries where they don't know where Ingonish is, but when I tell them about the Celtic Lodge, then they know where Ingonish is. It's that important.
And it's affected us.
The owner of this restaurant nearby says that in particular, fewer weddings at the Celtic Lodge have resulted in smaller lunchtime crowds, and that the impact ranges from economics to the Ingonish region's reputation.
When you're losing 55 rooms to the area, the word of mouth alone, people think the Celtic Lodge is closed, and it's certainly not.
Parks Canada says that it commissioned a third-party options analysis to explore potential outcomes for the main lodge and cottages here, and that the costs they came up with range from $11.6 million for removal of the building here to $69.5 million for restoration and continued use as a hotel.
Well, we worry that it'll continue to deteriorate, that the only option is to tear it down, which nobody wants to see that happen.
Parks Canada says that it's in discussions with Gulf North about the terms and conditions of the lease and that both parties must be in agreement before any action is taken. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Ingonish, Nova Scotia.
21 long-term care facilities in Nova Scotia are set to go on strike this Monday, according to the Canadian Union of Public Employees. CUPE confirmed hundreds of long-term care workers will go on strike at 7 a.m. Monday, with more facilities expected to follow suit in the coming days. The union plans to submit its 48-hour strike notice on Friday. During the strike, CUPE says care facilities will be reduced to essential services, which will vary depending on the site. CUPE and the province, which have been engaged in negotiations for months, had their final scheduled conciliation meeting in late March, but the union says they did not reach a deal. Former Canadian swim star and two-time Olympic medalist Nancy Garrap has died.
You set your goals for yourself and you go to those nationals, you step into a season of training so that you can improve your times. To be positive.
That was Garrap talking to ATV in 1979. The Halifax native set a world record as a 13-year-old in the 200-meter backstroke at the 1975 Eastern Canadian Swimming Championships in Ontario. She was named Canada's youngest ever female athlete of the year at the age of 14, and the following year she won 2 bronze medals at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal. East German swimmers took gold and silver. They were later confirmed to be long-standing participants of that country's doping scandal of the era. Garrap is a member of the Canadian Olympic Hall of Fame, the Nova Scotia Sports Hall of Fame, and the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. Nancy Garrap was 64. We have a segment of that original documentary from 1979 on our Video Vault section of our website. Time for our first break this evening. Still to come tonight, we'll have your full maritime weather forecast. But coming up next, pothole progress.
It's like a minefield. You've got to zig and zag to get through.
How crews in Halifax are dealing with double the amount of potholes this season. That story's after the break.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. 60 seconds, 10 questions. If you can pull that off, you're going to win a grand.
Join us every weekday at 7 a.m. for the $1,000 Minute.
If you've driven around the Maritimes lately, there's no doubt you've come across a pothole. And if it seems worse than normal this year, well, in Halifax, there have been twice as many as last year. CTV's Emma Convey has this story.
This is just one of thousands of potholes motorists have been swerving around in Halifax. Despite crews' efforts to fill them all winter, they say it's difficult to stay on top of them when the numbers have doubled.
This year, crews have repaired about 4,500 potholes, and there's about 1,600 potholes that we've identified that are still on the list.
Pretty well riddled. Maritimers like Heather Patterson-Savoy are frustrated.
They're everywhere. It's outrageous, and right behind me, it's like a minefield. You've got to zig and zag to get through.
The city credits fluctuating temperatures this winter for the spike. Fulton says the bigger the pothole, the quicker it gets fixed.
50-50 split between what we call a priority 1 pothole, and those are the deeper, wider ones, 8 centimeters deep, 25 centimeters wide. And those are the ones that we work on first, and then about the same number of the priority 2 potholes, the smaller or more shallow ones that won't be as impactful for folks driving over them.
This tire shop in Halifax has been servicing damaged vehicles all winter.
Like, we get one car sitting out right there now with a big egg in the sidewall from hitting a hole. But yeah, it's pretty near daily.
The damage can be extensive.
A couple young people come in here on the 118, they hit a hole, blew a tire, and by the time they got it stopped, they blew another tire and had to get it coming in the tow truck. So you get that, you bent rims, bent tie rod ends and needing alignments.
And the prices add up. Amanda Clark has seen it firsthand. She's been talking about it online ever since hitting a manhole 2 years ago. She says roads haven't improved.
I hit an elevated manhole cover that had a pothole around it. It took the tire off, so my car was redirected. Luckily, we were able to stop. And then it was almost $1,000. I think it was $863 to get the rim repaired and to replace the tire.
Emma Convey, CTV News, Halifax.
If you're frustrated by potholes and gridlock, transit is often the solution. Except there is a problem. Commuters who rely on Halifax ferries are waiting longer as fewer vessels are able to cross the harbor. As CTV's Jonathan McGinnis reports, businesses are frustrated too.
It's been a rough ride lately for ferries running between Dartmouth and Halifax.
I think there's a lot of frustration.
That's because 2 of the 5 ferries the city owns are out of commission. The Craig Blake is undergoing regular inspections as well as a significant repair that will keep it out of the water until later this year. The Vincent Coleman went to have its steering fixed on January 6th. Further issues and difficulty in getting parts will keep it from running for the foreseeable future. As a result, service will be reduced from every 15 minutes to every half hour, even during peak times.
Consistency is really important to make that connection between downtown Halifax, downtown Dartmouth, and of course Woodside as well.
The decrease in frequency has the head of the Downtown Dartmouth Business Association concerned people will choose to forego the ferry altogether.
If you want people to use public transit, you need to make it a reliable,
service that people want to use.
Another issue is with the Halifax Transit website that incorrectly shows the ferry is running every 15 minutes.
That shows a lot of disrespect for their ridership, that they can't keep the information up to date on their website.
Despite the delays, some passengers say the ferry is a better option than driving.
So far, so good. It avoids the traffic on the bridge. So for me, I enjoy my 10-minute commute across the harbor, get to read my book a little bit, and I'm home on the other side.
The Halifax to Dartmouth ferry is the oldest saltwater service in North America, dating back to the mid-1700s. The current fleet is between 7 and 12 years old. Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
Time for a quick break. When we return, we'll have your complete maritime weather forecast. But first, another stunning sunset this evening in Halifax. Coming up, Kaylin will tell us about some rainy weather headed our way. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell joins us now with your maritime weather forecast. And we saw a gorgeous day out there, and I'm hoping we have some more nice days like that in the forecast.
Tomorrow I would describe as a pretty fair weather day across the Maritime. It's not quite as blue sky as it was today, but areas that do see a little bit of cloud cover. It'll be mostly some fair weather clouds. We do have some changes ahead, though, coming up later Friday night into Saturday. That's when a weather front is going to combine with a weak little low pressure system. It's going to make its way through the Midwestern United States to return some April rain and showers to the Maritime region. So let's take a look at our forecast timeline. Now, speaking of some showers, tonight there is a chance of a couple of showers in northern areas of New Brunswick, maybe even the odd flurry, as some temperatures tonight are still on the brisk side. Most of those should be wrapped up by the start of the day for tomorrow, though at the very start of the day, a low chance that there could be a couple of those showers in around the Fredericton area. After that, moving into and through Friday afternoon, it's mostly sunny for Nova Scotia. It's mostly sunny for Prince Edward Island, parts of the south of New Brunswick. Increasing cloudiness in the north of New Brunswick with a chance of some showers developing in the northwest. And that is the start of that weather front that continues to come into the Maritimes as we make our way through Friday evening and Friday night, developing some rain and some showers north to south across New Brunswick during that period of time. And then during the day on Saturday, some of that wet weather will be clearing across Prince Edward Island as well as Nova Scotia. Now, as far as rainfall amounts go for that next weather system, in most cases, it's going to range from a few to several millimeters. There is a chance, though, that there could be some pockets of rain as high as 10 to 20 millimeters, but in either case, I wouldn't expect those type of rainfall amounts to cause us many issues here in the region. Winds in the forecast for tonight and for tomorrow remain steady out of the south and southwest, and by the afternoon tomorrow, the gusts pick back up into the range of 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. Low temperatures tonight in the Maritimes range from a few degrees below to a few degrees above the freezing mark, so that's not as cold as it was last night, but if you're stepping outside, it's certainly going to feel brisk. So it's going to be a brisk start to the day for tomorrow, but in the afternoon, high temperatures in northern New Brunswick, despite the fact there'll be some increasing cloudiness and a chance of showers developing in the afternoon, mostly up between 9 and 14 degrees. Central and southern areas of New Brunswick tomorrow with a lot of high temperatures into the teens, except cooler along the Bay of Fundy coastline, there between 7 and 10 degrees. For Prince Edward Island on Friday, it'll be a mostly sunny day with high temperatures between 9 and 13. And in Cape Breton, high temperatures between 7 and 11 degrees. North shore of Nova Scotia, high temperatures between 10 and 14. On the eastern shore, though, a little bit cooler, between 6 and 10. 14 for Truro for tomorrow, 12 for Amherst, 9 for Halifax, the Annapolis Valley with high temperatures near 15 degrees. And on the south shore of Nova Scotia, a lot of the high temperatures will be closer to 10. Taking a look at the extended forecast for New Brunswick. On Saturday, isolated showers, mostly for southern parts of the province. Sunshine for Sunday. Rain in the forecast for Monday of next week. It's followed by a chance of showers Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And for Nova Scotia, it's showers on Saturday, followed by a sunny Sunday. Rain in the forecast for Monday, followed by a chance of showers on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, though Tuesday and Thursday could be a bit on the milder side. And for Prince Edward Island, the forecast, showers on Saturday, sunny but cooler on Sunday, the high temperature near 4 degrees. 7 and rain on Monday, and that's followed by a chance of showers Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. We'll take a short break now. Much more to come on CTV News at 11:30. Stay with us.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Negotiations on a path to end the war in Iran are set to take place this weekend. Meanwhile, the fragile truce has Iranian maritimers unable to do anything but watch it unfold. The worry is increasing while the hope is running thin. Here's CTV's Vanessa Wright.
Out of everything here, this one is my favorite one.
This is where Sohaila Hashemi comes to feel a bit of home. The Iranian Halifax bakery is a welcome reminder of her roots, especially with the uncertainty her home country faces.
I don't know what we should do. It is not the life that we deserve it. It is not.
She admits the situation looked hopeful following yesterday's agreement to a ceasefire.
We thought that it's going to be ended. It's going to be the end of the regime.
But that hope quickly turned back into fear, knowing things could change at any moment.
All my uncles, cousins, aunts, everybody is in Iran. I'm very worried. I cannot contact them. I cannot. If I have to contact them, I have to use the internet that the Iranian government is providing, and it is not safe at all.
Hashemi, who has been in Nova Scotia for 17 years, hopes governments worldwide will step in to support the people of Iran in what she believes is a situation that affects everyone.
I am a proud Canadian citizen as well as the Iranian citizen. Iran is my mother, Canada is my father, you know? So I want both countries be safe from those people.
If there's one thing she wishes for,
is that the government of Iran be shut down, be collapsed, then my family, my country, my people be free.
So that she can see their faces again. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
Time now for one last break. Coming up next, your wake-up weather for Friday. But first, here's a live look at Yarmouth, where it is currently 2 degrees. Kaylin will be back to break down the morning forecast when we come back. Stay with us. Time for one last look at the forecast. Kaylin is back now with your wake-up weather for Friday, and we're looking at lots of sunshine again.
That's right. So it's going to be a cool start to the day. Morning temperatures around the Maritimes in the range of around -2 to +2 for most communities. The afternoon will be mostly sunny for Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, parts of the south of New Brunswick. Some increasing cloudiness, though, for northern areas of New Brunswick. A lot of high temperatures tomorrow. We'll get up into the double digits, except for coastal areas, which will mostly top out between 7 and 10 degrees. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. Sweet treats are something everyone craves once in a while, but for those with allergies or dietary restrictions, it can be hard to satisfy the craving. Well, there's a baker in Dartmouth who's whipping up desserts for everyone. Ivy Chipman fell in love with baking during the pandemic. She eventually created her business, Bake Theory, where she can customize baked goods for all dietary needs.
People come and ask me, oh, is it like with dairy? Is it with egg? Is it with gluten? So different kind of questions coming to me all the time. And then they look at the dessert. It looks so good, but I cannot have it, you know. So it start making me feel, you know, I have to push, you know, dessert and pastry. We shouldn't exclude everyone.
Bake Theory sets up at the brewery market in Halifax, as well as other farmers markets around the region. And that will do it for us tonight. A reminder, if you joined us late or would like another look at any of our stories, you can always visit our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It's your home for news. From all of us here tonight, thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.